Hey, yeah. This practice is a fun play between low boat and Tittibhasana. So we are gradually building into Tittibhasana, flowing back and forth, low boats, different variations, and slowly mobilizing, opening up the shoulders and the hips for Tittibhasana. A really fun one. So really a lot of core work and hip mobility. Let's start from Malasana right away. So open your feet a little wider than your hips, as wide as you need to. Turn your toes out a little. You can always try to parallel your feet a little more as well if you can reach the heels down. Shift the body weight a little side to side, side to side. Just getting comfortable with Malasana first, because we're gonna be going back and forth, coming back to Malasana in between all the time. You can bring the body weight onto your left a little more, drop the right knee in and open. Gently press it in and open. Keep going. And open, knee in, open, in, and open. Now bring the right elbow inside your thigh and same with the left. Gently in and open, in and open. So you really rotate in, open, open, last one, and open. Nice. Again, shift the weight little side to side. Try to lengthen your lower back. Now press with your right elbow, the right knee open, right thigh open. Reach the fingers down, left fingers reaching up. Take a little twist opening. And to the other side, left elbow presses open, fingers down, right fingers reaching up. Open your chest. Bring the hands together to your heart center. And walk side to side, side to side. And now sit down and make sure you have space behind you. Hug the knees into your chest, roll down, lie down. Hold your shins and really use your hands to roll the upper body off the floor. Press the lower back down. Try to hover your shoulder blades off the floor, really rounding up. Shoulder blades are floating off the floor. You're pressing the lower back down though. Now extend your left, keep the right knee bent, hover the left heel off the floor. Bend the left, hold your left shin, extend your right, hovering off the floor. Really use your hands to lift your upper body a little higher. Chains again, hold your right shin, extend your left, hover. Chains, really finding that shape for the upper back. As high as you can, you wanna come, keeping the lower back on the floor. Bend the right knee in. Lift a little higher. Now extend both. Reach the fingers forward. Hold here. Keep breathing. Try to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Make sure the lower back stays grounded on the floor. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in, rock and roll, up to seated. Open your feet and see if you can bring the body weight forward and find your Malasana. Bring the hands together to your heart center. Push the knees open. Lengthen your spine. Sit back again. Lie down. Right away, find your low boat. Knees in first. Press the lower back down. Extend. Heels hovering off the floor. Keep the upper body still. Bend your right knee in. And lengthen. Bend your left knee in. And lengthen. Bend your right knee in. Lengthen. Left in. Lengthen. Right in. Lengthen. left, lengthen. Let's go one more. Right, really press the lower back down. Left, lengthen, bend both. Rock and roll up to seated, open your feet, body weight forward, find your malasana. Press the knees open, hands together to your heart center. Sit the hips down. Find your low boat. Again, you can hug the knees in first. Make sure to press the lower back down, hover the shoulder blades off the floor, and then extend your legs. Left leg stays. Right knee in. Extend. In. Extend. 3 more. Extend. And 2. Extend. Last one. Extend. Bend your knees. Rock and roll up to seated. Find your malasana. Lift your hips up a little and see if you can get the right shoulder under your right knee. Right hand to your lower back. Maybe left hand from the outside. You can find your fingertips, or right fingers can hold the left wrist. Pull the left elbow a little straighter. Release. Bend your knees. Malasana. Lie onto your back, knees in, low boat, press the lower back down, extend your legs, right leg stays, left knee in, and extend, in, extend, try to keep the hips also really still, bend, extend, last one, bend, extend, bend the knees in, rock and roll, open your feet, find your malasana. Start to lift your hips up, dive the left shoulder under your left knee. Left hand to your lower back, right arm goes from the outside, fingertips, or hold your right wrist to pull the right elbow a little straighter. Open your shoulders, or the right shoulder. Release. Malasana. Again, lie on your back, knees in. Find your low boat. Extend your fingers forward. Bend both knees in. And extend. Lower back stays on the floor. Bend in. Extend. Bend. Extend. Bend. Let's do 3 more. A little extra here. Bend. Extend. Last one. Bend. Extend. Hug in. Rock and roll. Open to malasana. Lift your hips. Extend the knees a little and dive both shoulders underneath if possible. Really try to get the shoulders behind your knees. And then see if you can find a grip. Hook your fingertips one way around or hold your shirt. Relax the neck. You can shift the body weight a little side to side, side to side. Swap the hooking the other way around. And shift the body weight a little side to side. Press in with your knees, inner thighs. And release. Slowly back into your malasana. Rotate the shoulders back and down. Press the knees open. Broaden your collarbones. Again, lie on your back. Hug the knees in first. Press the lower back down. Extend to your low boat. Now bend your right knee in, 90 degrees. Bring the right heel in. So you want to bring the right heel closer to your left shoulder. Keep the knee in place. Back to parallel and extend. Bend your left knee. Heel closer to your right shoulder. Parallel line. Extend. Bend your right. Heel in. Parallel. Extend. Bend your left. Heel in. Parallel. Extend. Right knee in. Heel in. Extend. Bend your left. Outer rotate. Parallel. Extend. 2 more rounds. Heel in. Extend. Bend your left. Heel in. Extend. Try to relax your shoulders away from the ears. Last one. Extend. Hug the knees in. Rock and roll. Find your way to your Malasana. Again, take a moment to rotate the shoulders open. Push the heart forward. It's so easy to tense the shoulders here. Lift your hips up. Can you dive the shoulders again underneath? This time, really press in with your thighs. Start to reach your hands behind you. Try to flatten your hands down. Bend your elbows a little. Shift the body weight onto your hands. And see if you can just float the feet off the floor. You can keep the knees bent. Maybe hook your right toes over your left toes. And open. Left toes over your right toes. Open. Right over the left. Open. Left over the right. Open. Right over. And open. Left over. Open. 2 more rounds. Make sure you have the little spider grip here. Really gripping the mat with your hands. Shifting the weight to the whole hand. Open. Release the hips down. Find your Malasana. First, push the knees open, broaden your collarbones. And then again, lie on your back. Hug the knees in. Back into your low boat. Bend your right knee in, 90 degree. Outer rotate. Flex your right foot. Lift the left leg up. Bend your right knee a little more so you have like figure 4. Now lower. And lift. Lower. And lift. Keep the shape. And lift. 3 more. Lift. 2. Lift. Last one. Lift. Knees in. Rock and roll up. Find your Malasana. And right away, lift your hips up. Dive the shoulders underneath. Hands back, down. Shift the body weight onto your hands. Squeeze the knees, thighs into your upper arms. Float the feet off the floor and start to extend your legs in front of you. Really squeeze in with your inner thighs. Extend, use your core to lift your hips up. Legs parallel with the floor. Nice, bend your knees. Bring the hips down with the control. Find your way to your Malasana. Shift the body weight forward. Again, push the knees, shoulders, elbows back, hard forward. Lower down. Low boat. Knees in. Extend your legs. Hovering. Bend your left knee. Find outer rotation. Flex your ankle. Lift your right leg. Maybe bend your left knee a little more so the ankle is on top of your knee. And lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Keep going. And lift. 3 more. Lift, maybe palms facing up, helps me to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Last one. Lift up, lower, bend the knees in, rock and roll. Find your Malasana. Push the heart, chest open. Lift your hips up. Again, dive the shoulders underneath. Squeeze in with your inner thighs. Hands down, shift the weight onto your hands. Float the feet off the floor. Extend your legs, squeeze in with your inner thighs. Maybe start to lower the hips and lift your head up. So your toes are pointing more up to the ceiling. You have to still squeeze in. Start to lift again, hips up. Squeeze even more in with your inner thighs. Try to bring the legs parallel to the floor. Bend your knees, lower the hips, down. Find your Malasana. Open your heart, broaden your collarbones, get back into your breath. Nice, and let's just flow back and forth a couple of times. Add on just a tiny bit of speed here. So, lower the hips down. Visit your low boat. Malasana, hips up. Find your Tittibhasana. Extend. Bend. Hips down. Right away to your low boat. Up. Mahalasana. Dive underneath. Visit your Tittibhasana. Extend your legs. Lower the hips down to your low boat. Up. Mahalasana. Dive underneath. Visit your Tittibhasana. Extend your legs. Bend. Hips down. Low boat. To your Malasana. Shoulders underneath. Extend your legs. Bend. Bring the hips forward. Low boat. Mahalasana. Dive underneath to your Tittibhasana. Bend. Hips down. Let's do 2 more rounds. Low boat. Malasana. And scoop underneath. Find your arm balance, inner thighs, active your core. Bend, hips down. Last one, low boat. To your Malasana. And find your Tittibhasana. One last. Try to stay here. Squeeze in with your inner thighs. Round your upper back a little. Shoulders. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release slowly. Bring the hips down. Open your legs. A lot of inner thigh activation squeezing in. So now just open your legs to the side. You can walk from sit bone to sit bone. Flex your toes pointing up to the sky and start to walk your hands forward. Slowly lowering the elbows a little closer to the floor. You can bring your forehead down. If you can keep the toes, knees pointing up to the sky. Lower the chest, forehead closer to your mat. Close your eyes even. Keep the legs slightly active here for now. Flexing the toes up. And send the breath to your inner thighs, to your groins, hips. And slowly start to walk your hands back. Bend your knees. Bring your knees together. Open the feet, mat distance apart. And just sway your knees side to side. Find this slight inner rotation. Nice. Cross your shins. Hands forward. Come to your all fours. And let's take a puppy pose to open the shoulders, the upper back. A lot of rounding with Tittibhasana. So walk your elbows forward, release your elbows, forehead down, or allow the chest to melt down. Settle in. Let this be really passive. Breathe between your shoulder blades to your shoulders. Relax the lower belly. Take a few more rounds of breath. Slowly start to release. Come to your all fours. Bring your knees together, toes together. Walk your knees a little closer to your hands and just round. Really press the hands down, round your spine. Like you want to tuck your tailbone under and press the hips forward, forward, forward. Release the hips down to your heels. Roll up. Rotate the shoulders back and down. Extend the elbows behind you. Interlace your fingers first. Extend your elbows behind you. Lengthen. Broaden your collarbones. Open your heart. Take a couple of inhales, exhales here. Don't need to tilt the head back. You can just slightly lift your chin up. Maybe change the interlacing the other way around. That doesn't feel so natural. Release. Bring the fingers sideways up. Hands together to your heart center. Bow your head. If you got the time, lie down on your final Savasana. Take a moment or couple or many before you leave and say thank you to yourself before, always before leaving your practice, before leaving your mat. Take care. Namaste.